Hello to everyone who is watching. Today we are driving with our new drift car. Our resident in London, Christian Burkhoffs, has gotten a new car. Do you understand? Let's go! When I heard the news that there was going to be a new car in drifting, a Pontiac, I imagined something like this. A simple 90s American dream car, but yeah, well, 90s, 2000s, and that's what the majority of the people think. They imagine a car like this. Yeah, but in reality, it's something like this. Something completely different in reality, yeah. All that's left of it really are the side mirrors and the chassis pretty much. So in reality, the DNA of that car are just the side mirrors. The windshield doesn't look the same because it looks attached here. Here, everything is completely different because the whole body kit, the whole frame has been designed by us, drift for you. It's all ours. So neither the front wings, the hood, the front bumper, nothing from this is from the old car? Absolutely not. Just pretty much the steering system, really. But from a car like that, a car like this road car, all that's left here is the shaft, floor, and the side skirt. Yeah, overall. Hey, I've got a question. Was there a point to ruin a car? A good, old, beautiful car? Would it not have been easier to just build one from scratch? Yeah, well, we bought this car 20 years ago, and when drifting started 15 years ago, then this car started slowly to transform into a drift car. So this car is your family's relic for more than 10 years now, pretty much. Yeah, it's been like 15 years and was driving like a normal road car until we decided to, like you said, ruin it to something like this. So what's the car make, year, and when did they stop the production? They started from 1993 and all the way to 2002. So a little younger than you. Yeah, a little bit. 10 years, nearly the same thing. Hey, listen, it's your birthday today. I have a present for you. Now, where did I put it? So because I think in drifting there are only two things that are needed, craziness and patrol. So I got you a patrol can so you have somewhere to put spare petrol in. Happy birthday. Thank you. Today exactly, I needed another patrol can. Listen, Christian, now that you're telling me about all this history, I'm starting to remember that I was in London once with your dad around 2000s. We were driving, and wasn't this car a convertible? Yes, it was. A red convertible. So I've been given a ride in this car around London city center a few years ago. Yeah, you're right. It was a red car with a black roof, the simple original American car. Now I'm nostalgic. Police stopped us and told us that we can't film on the streets, that we need the government's permission. Can't believe it's the same car. Yeah, it's exactly the same one. Yeah, that same one has been built into something completely different. And no one can really tell what kind of car it actually is now. You know what? But sports cars have some sort of a bad fate. When they're no more in use in the racing world, they're getting rid off. And then some 10 years go by and people think, oh, should have left it as a relic or something else. And there's nothing left of it by then. But I don't think this car is going to have that fate. No, not anymore. After 7 years break, we finally finished the project and publicly released it. Now it looks amazing. Not many people can tell that this is a Pontiac Trans Am with Whipple supercharged LSX engine inside. So the front is nothing from the old car, is it? We can open it up and have a look. All of it has been built to comply with the drift rules. Some original bits have to stay. The ones that are left is the steering system. And you can't cut further than this part. So up until this point you can cut. Yes, it's to comply with the FIA regulations rules. Yeah, it looks very tidy, I must say. I don't understand anything about the American cars. Which part of it is the compressor? This part is the compressor. These are LS type engines that are different styles. This is LXX. Its main factory guarantees 750 bhp with a Whipple supercharger without any problems. I think that the charge looks drastic as to how it would look on a normal road car. But maybe we can have a look and compare the both? Yes, of course, we can have a look inside both. If I remember correctly, I have only driven it a handful of times as an original road car. Wow, everything looks completely different. Yeah, it looks cramped and like there isn't enough space for everything. So this one doesn't have a compressor there? No, these come differently. They count as LS1, I think. Like most of the American cars, LT, LS1, they come from 300 HP to 500 HP. But this one has, if I'm not mistaken, about 320 HP. Simple little engine, but still makes a nice noise. So in that car, everything looks a lot simpler, but this looks a lot more complicated. So many wires and piping. Yeah, everything is a lot simpler on that one, because you don't need the AC. Nothing like that, right? No, the battery doesn't take up much space either. We've got a little one in there which weighs just 1 kilogram, 1.5 kilogram. But the concept that there is emptiness in the front has stayed. And now we're going to do a little drag race. The road Pontiac that comes with 300 HP and the drift Pontiac that comes with over 700 HP. Curious to see how big of a gap they can make between each other on this stretch. Let's see. So it looks like they're both ready. Together on that start line, we have over 1,000 HP. That's no joke. And there, the flag is up and off we go. And look at that road Pontiac. It has more smoke coming out than the sports one. But you know what? That 300 HP does not look bad at all. The start was really good, all the smoke. But of course, the sport one wins. Let's go talk to him. It's very different from the BMW. Much more space when sitting inside. You can't even see the front of it properly, so it will be interesting. So if we wanted to take a new Pontiac and build it into a drift car, we would just cut all of this front bit off? Yeah, pretty much. Just take off all of the unnecessary stuff off. So the door comes off too, right? Just throw it out? Yeah, just throw everything out and put a new lighter body kit on top of it. Do you have like a molding kit so you could easily build another like this? Yeah, we have a molding kit for the body. So pretty much make how you like it, with fiberglass or carbon Kevlar. So when we open the doors, for example, what can we see inside that's left of the road car? Side skirt is from the road car. The door isn't. That's carbon fiber. And the floor too is from the original, right? Yeah, the floor too. So like you said, this used to be convertible, so the roof was built too. But because it was convertible, the floor is stronger. Yes, the weight of it is a little bigger than the ones that aren't convertibles. So the back end of it, all of that has been built too, right? Yeah, but of course there's a lot still to do, but in general, all is there. The suspension is the popular Wise Fab. We sent them the measurements, and they just offered what's best for our car. Who are the gurus for car builds like this? Of course, our mech sports mechanics. They have many years of experience not only building drift cars, but other kind of sports cars. And with their experience, this car was built. It's almost like you have to write everything down. Almost. The slightest change and you can feel the difference when driving. In the BMW, you had the original gearbox, right? Yeah, original gearbox, which a lot of drifters use in drifting. In this one, we have the sequential gearbox. The difference is huge from the normal gearbox. You don't need to worry whether you will get into gear or not. Is it not confusing after a normal gearbox, though? Did you get used to it quickly? Yeah, it was really easy, actually, to be honest. You're really precise on the track. The car seems so long. You think it doesn't have enough space on the track when going sideways, but you do it just about. Yeah, after the BMW, this build seems so spacious and bulky, whereas the BMW, it felt so tiny and tight. But it feels nice to have so much space inside. I have a question. So the seats, doors, side wings, where did all of that go? That's a good question, actually. Where did it go? Nobody knows. Oh, the seats from this drift car actually went into the old road Pontiac over there. Oh, yes, they look like convertible car seats from leather, how it should be. At least the seats haven't disappeared. When we were driving, I saw you using the handbrake as well as a foot brake. It's because now we have really good brakes. It makes a difference, because last time we didn't have professional brakes and you couldn't really feel them. Now that I have these, you can really tell how much of a difference it makes. How do you know which brakes to get? Do you just say, I need brakes for my Pontiac with a Lithuanian gearbox which nobody else has? We actually had these brakes some time ago and just didn't use them. We didn't put them on the BMW because it didn't fit. It fit on this one, so we put them on. So these aren't brakes made specifically for drifting? No. Nobody actually uses these ones in drifting. They use many different ones, but I've not seen anyone use this particular brand. So what do you think could be the max speed you could reach with this car? The max speed I could reach with this would probably be around 200 kilometers. Technically, the road could probably reach more. So last question. What's your plan? Finish all the last bits and pieces until spring? And which drift competitions do you think you'll compete in next year? Yeah, get it done till spring, and then we will see. We're 100% sure we will compete in European championships. We'll see what the future will bring to us and where we will drive. But yeah, should be interesting. And how many rounds are you planning to do in different places? It all depends on 2021 season, definitely. Many as possible, but we'll see. Well, thank you very much for finding the time on your birthday to talk to us. Take us for a ride and show us your new car. We'll keep fingers crossed for you for next year. Thank you.